What did you think of Raw this week, Peter?
Indifferent.
Oh, I loved Raw this week.
Indifferent. The only thing that I can see from this is that they're trying. Like, something's happening. There's this huge transition right now, man. And, like, they're really giving it an honest go to fulfill whatever fucking that, what they call it? That little survey they had out and shit. They put out a
census?
No, it was like a survey that they put out like maybe like a couple of weeks ago. That people, you know, it's like, what do you like about Raw? What do you like about Raw? Anything you would change? It was like a whole list of like 50 questions. And like, apparently what got out in the conference call is that Triple H was like, we're going to use this survey to move forward in our creative. And That's awesome. See a lot of that happening right now. So I'm sitting back, not necessarily looking at a show whether I like it or not. I'm looking at it as like, okay, what are they doing? Like, let's see if I can pick up on things that I'm like, okay, that's different. All right, okay, I see that happening. The Neville thing being one of them, Vince McMahon being another, Reigns being champion is another. It's like it's things that are in place. Things are moving, and we'll go into it in this.
Vince kicks off the show.
And they're in Brooklyn, by the way.
Yeah.
Raw Brooklyn.
First time since the SummerSlam.
Yes, and you know what, Brooklyn, guys? You guys are fucking annoying. I will say this. Y'all are the most obnoxious fucking... You know, I look at the NXT crowd, and they're obnoxious. They really get on my fucking nerves. But, like, you guys, you're right there with them. You guys suck. Like, and if you're from Brooklyn, you know, hit me up. PJTW Central. You guys suck. You went into business too much for yourself, and it's annoying. You're not Philly. You're not Chicago. You're not LA, nor are you Miami. You're Brooklyn. You're a bunch of fucking wannabes. And you're going to go in there and try to hijack a show for no reason. Like, there's no reason. You got a fucking new champ, right? Big baby face champ. You got Vince McMahon coming into fucking town. Your town. Not anyone else is yours. And you're going to give him that kind of reception. You guys can eat a dick. And I know that, like, he's being heel Vince. But, like, y'all not treating him like heel Vince. Y'all just treating him like shit. Undeserving.
Yeah, he comes out.
That's my heel promo, by the way.
Yeah, he comes out, calls out Roman. You know, Roman was kind of over, I would say, with Brooklyn. Like, they didn't really kill him. But then they started Daniel Bryan chants. Vince told him to shut up, and then Roman kind of was just like, "You're gonna rile him up. Don't do that."
I know. I thought that was.
And then once he said that, CM Punk chants just.
I know.
It was like they knew what to do as soon as it's like we're gonna do Daniel Bryan, see if we can get to him, and then we're gonna hit him with the CM Punk.
I'm like, dude, like, how of all things, like, why would you do it? And I was listening to the Torch, and they were talking about, oh yeah, that was so cool that I was like. If anyone else done that, y'all have been talking shit about how uncool that was to give the crowd the attention. Now that Vince McMahon, I got it, we've been bitching about the entire year about how creative sucks, and now all of a sudden everything he touches is gold because he's racist. I think that might have been
true emotion right there. I think he might have been so pissed.
He's 70 fucking years old.
But I really do like what they actually did after. Like, I think the crowd just added to it for me, added to the spectacle of it, because Vince McMahon kind of got him on their side, enough to just listen. And started kind of running down Roman Reigns' family and saying he owned them, and it was kind of a
bone in your one generation from a bone in your nose.
Yeah, it was.
And then I ran your uncle and I ran your grandfather into the ground. They put money, they lined my pockets with cash, and I ran them ragged.
And as soon as he said that, he pushed him a little bit. Vince McMahon obviously fake falls.
Bump.
Yeah.
It was a Shawn Michaels a la Hogan flop.
It was kind of like, what the fuck's going on here? Then Stephanie comes out with a bunch of with the NYPD. NYPD says like Roman is not going to jail, but then through the hoopla of them getting pissed off at NYPD, Vince goes to jail, and Vince gets taken off like through the crowd. I thought this was funny as fuck. Like, they got kind of caught just looking like buffoons, trying to be maniacal. Great way, heel Vince, and then took it out to the crowd. Did you know that people actually called NYPD trying to bail Vince out?
Yeah. So check this out, right? The only thing I say about this is that this was not about Roman Reigns. You got your champion out there. He's trying to be champion, And I know, he's still green with talking and less words coming out of Roman Reigns' mouth, the better.
For sure.
But it's one thing to limit his talking ability. You talk about with Triple H, he did that shit like 3 weeks ago in an opening where he just didn't let Roman Reigns talk. It could become overwhelming. I mean, I would say cut the segment short, make it about the confrontation, not about the make it about the confrontation and not about the provocateur.
Yeah.
Being either Triple H or about Vince, because this became the Vince show. Like, ultimately,
it did, but I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. I thought
it was too much.
It reminded me of like an old Raw. It was ridiculous,
it went
and then I liked when they brought him through the crowd, like the shot of everyone like booing Vince and Vince getting getting had by his own plan.
The only thing in this, just to analyze this, just one last thing of this, being that it was about Vince, it was about his daughter screaming bloody fucking murder. I hate screaming, Stephanie. But the only time where Roman Reigns kind of interjects back and you like, oh yeah, he is in this fucking ring right now, is when he's holding the mic for the cop that's reading. I think he's like chief of police. I mean, it's WWE. It's not like he's going to get some jabroni cop in there. He's going to get like the chief of police in there and the deputy in that motherfucker. So he's holding the mic for the chief of police as he's reading him his rights. And he's like, fuck your rights. You know what they are. Come on. And again, when I say that they're making changes, again, I feel like this is the descension of an authoritative figure. You got Triple H out, he caught a beat down. You got Stephanie McMahon assaulting Todd Phillips. Nothing's come of that. I wonder if something's going to come of this next week. We still haven't heard from him. We haven't seen him on TV, but she's breaking down. Now her father's in jail. Like, I just see that they're trying to get rid of this authoritative figure. It's going to get him out. Hook or crook. It's going to take a while, but I think by the time we get to the Royal Rumble, maybe that'll be the last time we see them.
Maybe.
I see that. That's my grand plan, by the way.
And then we had a very short but very good match. I feel like this was one of a lot of very good matches on Raw. Kevin Owens versus Neville.
Not a match, but a segment.
Well, they kind of had a little been back and forth, but everything they did in that ring made sense. Where
it was 20 seconds.
Neville went quick, got him on the rope. Owens countered the ropes, threw him to the ropes for the pop-up powerbomb, but then reversed, and Neville won with the roll-up. Kevin Owens then got pissed and attacked Neville. Dean came out to help Neville. This
is about the segment. Kevin Owens gets the jobber entrance. So as soon as I'm like, oh my God, he got the jobber entrance. Another thing, something's changing. Something's up here. But Neville wins quick. Well, Neville wins quick. Knee-jerk reaction. Nathan, I know you're listening right now. I had to get at you because he was like, that was dumb. I'm like, hey, wait. That wasn't the Big Show beating him in 30 seconds. That was Neville beating him in 30 seconds. Your breakout star of the year, right? You want to do something right with him? Put him in something meaningful. A victory over Kevin Owens is a good victory. A guy who beat Cena. A guy who was, 2 ex-NXT champions. A guy who was Intercontinental champ. A guy who is brutal right now. He's been just savage on fucking Dolph Ziggler. You get a victory. You get a clean victory over him. Even though you catch a beat down, it starts a storyline, a legitimate storyline, not some bullshit with The Miz.
Well, right? Well, I think Neville was just a background for Kevin Owens to get pissed and for Dean Ambrose to come and help.
It's not finished.
I think that's the main feud that they're going with is the Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens.
It's not finished. It's not finished. I'll put money on the fact that it's not finished with Neville. And I think
sure, not finished. Maybe for a SmackDown or for the next Raw, but the pay-per-views, the Royal Rumbles, the things that they're building to, it's going to be Dean and Owens.
You're going to get Dean Owens and Neville as the triple threat work rate match at the Royal Rumble. I think, dude, it's going to be fantastic. You wouldn't just throw Neville in there for that. I mean, being that he's the breakout star of the year.
He got the win.
No, he got the win, but it's not about the win. It's about the story. Because what's been happening is he's been involved with Miz. It looks like they've thrown that out the window. And they injected him into this thing. Because he still has the victory. You got Kevin Owens who is in line for a rematch for the belt. It's like, wait a minute, you're in line for a rematch. I beat you in 30 seconds. I'm as much a number one contender for that belt, right? You see what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying, but I think that you're focusing on the wrong points there.
Nope, I'm not.
I think Neville. Well, no, because earlier in the show they didn't have Neville come out. They had Owens and Ambrose.
I know, but because he's all beat down, he's going to seek revenge.
There you go.
He's going to get his revenge.
That's what I'm saying. So that's the storyline they're going with.
Neville is going to get his revenge, and he's going to speak up that he's as deserving as an IC. I'm telling you, Royal Rumble. I'll put beer versus Fireball. You down?
Yeah, I'm down.
Pinky is on video. Normally it was just audio before. Now, damn it! I said not thumb wrestle.
Oh, what are you doing here?
This.
Oh, hell yeah.
The wink. There we go. Yeah, there we go. That's the bet. All right. The worst bet ever.
But there's usually not a room for a three-way at Royal Rumble. They need so many guys in the Royal Rumble match.
Last year had one of the great. I mean, the last Rumble had one of the greatest three-ways.
For the world title, yeah. There's normally a big world title match, and then there's some like undercard, but it's normally just like a two-match show. It's like a big world title match, and then the Rumble.
Give us that. You can give them 15 minutes. It's gonna be fantastic.
But I watched the show. They're not gonna do that.
I watched. Oh, don't be taking my shit, man. You hear this? Man, you watch out for those foreign objects. But basically, Owens retreats into the stands after the thing. We get the announcement that WrestleMania 32 will involve The Rock.
Yeah, this was nuts.
Is he going to be in a match? We don't know. Because the whole thing is that he wasn't supposed to, his company is trying to, he doesn't, since the injury facing Cena, they're like, it's kind of a hazard. But they come to an agreement somehow. Again, we don't know. It's either Rock and Brock or Rock and Triple H.
Wait, do you think Rock's going to wrestle?
That's the thing. I mean, we don't know.
I don't think he's going to wrestle. I think
he better wrestle.
I think he was going to,
host?
Yeah, I think he's just going to be there.
Fuck hosting. We don't want him to host. This is Dallas, baby. That's 100,000 seats.
I completely agree. I just think that's they would have made
Rock and Brock, baby. Rock and Brock.
Maybe. I hope you're right.
Then who else are going to, everyone's like Kevin Owens. Like, fuck. Kevin Owens would be Fastlane. It'd be a Fastlane match, not WrestleMania. Trust me.
Then we had another great match.
But wait, though. We get the backstage with Lynch. And JoJo, and the storyline with Becky Lynch is that like she's rolling with the dirty player in the game and the daughter of the dirty player, and they've been cheating. She's been trying to redeem herself by getting in matches to win legitimately. That's the storyline with Becky Lynch, and she's in the back getting her cheap pops on, like the best that you can learn from Mankind, from Mick Foley.
Oh, yeah.
I think she mentions Brooklyn, New York, like 3 times.
Yeah, she said she was from there. She said she went there when she was 18 or something like that.
Get her foot in the door.
But this was an amazing match.
Banks.
Sasha Banks with Team Bad versus Becky Lynch.
Trying to get her Boston heat.
Yeah. She whipped out the hat coming out.
And Naomi called the place a dump. Something that's missing in wrestling promos, calling a place a dump.
Yeah, I mean, a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done with the promos and stuff. But I thought Team Bad was great here. I thought this match was awesome. I like how they played into the fact of throughout the match they utilized Naomi and Tamina being there, not just for a distraction roll up, but Becky Lynch did a big high spot, taking them all out. Sasha Banks thought she had Becky at one point, but Becky got out of the way for Sasha to dive on them. I thought that was a great way to utilize the bells and whistles, make this match even more special. But then when you got into the ring mechanically, it was also great. And Becky Lynch almost had her, but then Sasha Banks pulled it off. I thought it was I thought it was a great fucking match. I thought this was what the caliber of matches I thought I was going to see when these girls came to the WWE, and now we're finally seeing it.
It's too long. It was like 13 minutes.
It should have been.
And that's the thing. I think because tonight was split in 2. Like they split the roster up tonight, right? Wasn't this the one? Wasn't this the Raw they split the roster up, or was it last week?
I'm not sure.
It was either this week or anyway. I mean, I
want to say maybe last week because there was a lot of League of Nations last week.
Okay.
Just looking at it.
So yeah, like actually the story of the night. There's other than the short 30-second match, all these matches tonight were really long. They gave these girls like 13 minutes. I think a 6-minute I think 6 minutes would have been suffice. It went into it had 2 commercial breaks.
I don't know. I thought
the crowd got restless, and this is another thing about the.
They got, but at the very beginning they started chanting boring, but that's just because they're dumb. They don't know.
Yeah,
how to, they don't know
I get, but I'm just saying it.
Wait, and then the rest of it will happen.
I know. I understand. You feel the way. I'm just telling my point of view, and it ran too long. They got restless. Start chanting boring. I think.
No, but that was at the beginning. The match went on for several.
No, it was around the middle time.
No, it was at the beginning.
Well, whatever. But they got restless, and the way that I saw the boring chants, and you see people, I was like, well, here's the problem I have with this match, and this will have a problem with the Divas Revolution and all that shit, is the fact that, the stakes, we want certain people in certain situations where the stakes are high. We love Sasha Banks not from just watching NXT. A lot of us got introduced to her by just the TakeOver specials. Whether it was TakeOver Respect, whether it was TakeOver Brooklyn, whether it was TakeOver... what was the Iron Woman match?
That was Respect.
That was Respect. Yeah, it was, whether it's those, or the TakeOver when she was in the Fatal 4-Way.
I think that was Unstoppable.
Yeah, the stakes are high. It's not like people that know Sasha Banks that watch the WWE Raw are like casual NXT watchers. They don't know. They're finding out that, man, she's been in big matches that are awesome. So they want to see those big matches with big match stakes. So anyone who's complaining about how boring it is, that's not that because they think the in-ring is fucking sucks. It's not that. It's not the point I was getting at. The point is, it's the booking of her and the fact that there's no stakes involved. None whatsoever. It's hard to invest. And I would make a comparison to, say, the Cruiserweight division in the WCW and how they were out there just having these awesome matches, but nothing to really show for it, And you can go out and have a 16-star match, but if there's no fucking nothing to give, nothing to come out of it, no payoff, say like a title shot or number one contendership or a major push to be the guy or the girl, then it's for nothing. And I felt like that was me watching this match, and I imagine people in the crowd felt the same way. So that's just my theory of this. It's like those guys, Dean Malenko, those guys, Jericho, those guys, they were in there, they would kick ass, and then what happened? The NWO just came and squashed them. They never got a title shot. They never did anything. They went to the WWE. They were given title shots. They were pushed, and they became legends.
No, they were definitely legends prior to
I know, but I'm saying they solidified their legacy with being top guys, being champions. They weren't going to get that shot in WCW. And the same here with Sasha Banks. It's like, yeah, it could be endless amount of star matches. But if they're not towards something for the time being, we're very microwave, we're very, high speed internet, everything needs to happen right now. Sasha Banks, we want her to move and ascend really quickly right now. And it's a waste to put in these 13-minute matches that mean absolutely garbage.
What? It didn't mean garbage. I thought it was
It meant nothing. It meant nothing. And it was about Becky Lynch. This is the storyline of Becky Lynch trying her damnness to win with legitimacy. Now you see she's 3 against 1. And she loses because she's trying to be legitimate. Charlotte's like, hey, get the win. Word up. Hook or crook, get your win. She experienced that who she went up against, hook or crook, 3 against 1. We got the win. Now, Becky has to come to a realization. Do she want to continue to be relevant? Or does she roll with Charlotte and Nature Boy? And it had nothing to do with Sasha Banks. It's all about Becky Lynch and her struggle to be a relevant wrestler. And it was at the expense of Sasha. They could have threw anyone in there to put in that story.
They could have thrown anyone in there, but when they threw Sasha in there, it made it great. I mean, this match.
You're just a fan of Sasha.
This match, this match was fucking great.
I didn't say it was bad. I just said it was.
I know. I didn't.
To put Sasha Banks in a situation where the people are chanting boring at her, there's reasons. They're not just.
I think it's an arena full of people. With Cena kids, you're gonna have Cena moms, dads. Those people don't know what fucking wrestling is. So that you have those people there chanting stuff like that too. I mean, you have.
My theory definitely holds weight. My theory holds weight. It holds a lot of fucking weight.
And
moving forward, we're not going to be seeing Sasha. We're going to be seeing more of Becky and her struggle.
Becky and Charlotte, those are great matches too.
Well, I'm just saying her struggle. She's getting the push right now.
Sure. There's nothing. I mean,
no, I'm just saying. Like, but I
think great matches, like you said before, like the guys who we remember are the ones that are in the great matches. Like there's tons of guys that were in WCW. They literally had over hundreds and hundreds of people signed, but the guys we named were the ones given the 5-star matches. So that's what's going to happen. History will remember this well.
Yeah, but not really. You'll remember. I think more people will remember the pushes of them ascending to the title more than just them being like just work rate guys for nothing. You know, like the people, the insiders, yeah. But I'm talking about the casual wrestler, the people who will purchase the network, the people who want to see, you know, who know, it's like, hey, man, yeah, I know Guerrero, I know Benoit, I know these people when they won the championships. Oh, they have a history? Let me check out their humble beginnings, you know? And then they gain a respect. But for the most part, if you're not in anything worth a damn, then no one's going to give it the attention that it deserves on a broader scale, not with people with patience. I mean, I'm patient. I'm just, you know, I'm an analyst. You know, I analyze things, and that's what I'm doing with this situation. And this is what is I feel is the problem. And you're gonna get more issues. We want Sasha chance, yeah, but we want Sasha in a situation where the stakes are high, and it's that simple. Becky Lynch, good. I'm glad they're giving her a push, but it's at the expense of Sasha Banks. So that match had nothing to do with Sasha.
Well, Becky Lynch was your original go-to lady.
Oh yeah, it was. But I'm not speaking. I'm not speaking for myself. Again, I'm calling it as I see it.
Yeah, it was a great match. That's all I see.
Well, no. I'm calling what's going on, like this. You know, what's going on in storyline is how I see it. That's all I see. I mean,
we got the funny ass McMahon mugshot. Pretty funny. TMZ reported the mugshot, so I don't know if he like legit got arrested or I don't know what the fuck.
I have no clue. They're in partnership with TMZ. That's all that was.
And then the New Day comes out.
But yeah, he looks like Charlie Sheen. That's the thing. I was like, he looks like Charlie Sheen in this fucking mugshot. Yeah. So weird. And you got Young standing in front of the precinct.
Yeah, I thought that was a good thing. I like how Renee Young is like the reporter role.
I thought it was silly.
Getting scoops. Yeah, it is silly. So it's wrestling, man. Like
I know.
You know, the moments we remember are silly, like Austin coming down spraying him with beer. That's
no,
like
not
ridiculous.
Silly as in like wacky. I thought it was silly as in it's like okay. So all of a sudden she's like this investigative reporter.
Well, but she's kind of been like that for the not to this degree. I think this is definitely an extension, but she's definitely like.
Rachel Nichols and shit.
She said she was like on the case before, and she's like asked hard questions, kind of pushy toward.
She's like Rachel Nichols.
Superstars.
She's like WWE's Rachel Nichols.
Yeah, that's good. I've never seen it before.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, it is WWE, and just I think they don't go in. I'll just say this: they dropped the ball on having just like him in jail, like just him having wacky interactions. Oh. With like him in jail, him getting thumbed and printed, you know, him going through the process, and him just being a kind of an old man millionaire brat. Like, I could buy this precinct, blah, blah, blah. Then they finally throw him into jail, and then there's this one dude in here who he probably fired. It's like, hey, what are you doing in here? I ain't seen you since I fired you, you know? And then you run across a guy, you know, just this big guy, like kind of, you look pretty. You know, like just they could have done like some really fun him in the jail and like the antics of him going through the process, and they just didn't do anything at all. They did nothing. Suck.
I thought it was great. I thought like this whole segment it was funny, it was campy.
But they did nothing. He just went to jail and then got out of jail.
Yeah, he bailed himself out. Like he's rich.
I know, but like, did you not just hear what I thought they should have done?
Yeah, but I think like you said this all this stuff was silly. So of course that's going to be just as silly, and you'd complain.
No, it'd have been fun. No, stop. You know what? Fuck it. Kalisto versus Kofi. And it's what Kalisto wins. That wasn't really a long match. The segment itself was very extensive.
Yeah, and the story is really about the next match where Big E, where Xavier Woods was talking shit to Sin Cara, and build up to where it looked like he was going to wrestle Sin Cara, but then he threw it. He said, "Payback's up. You're wrestling Big E. Big E's in this match." And then Big E ends up hurting him for real. I don't know how long he's going to be out.
That fucking he swept the leg, Johnny.
Yeah, right on his shoulder. And there was a big thing on Twitter because apparently Sin Cara is not the original Sin Cara, but he is the original Mystico, and then that name got taken from him, and then that Mystico became a big star in Mexico, and then that's who they signed for the original Sin Cara. But that guy's kind of a dick.
Mystices.
Yeah, that guy's kind of a dick, so they let him go, and then they put the original Mystico kind of in poetic justice in the Sin Cara get-up, and now he like rejuvenated it with the Lucha Dragons and everything. But apparently that Mystices, who's kind of a dick, is like famous for not finishing matches. When he gets like the tiniest ding, he'll just. So even this guy was like legit hurt, but he is just like, no, I'm not going to be like this guy. So even if you watch the match, he can't do really anything.
Yeah,
He
and
finishes.
Biggie and I guess I would say Owen Hart fashion still had to heal it up.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I thought the New Day did a great job here, getting the heat back on them, but not ignoring the injury. And I thought, reading the story about why he finished and everything.
He put him, an injured shoulder, he put fucking Big E on his fucking shoulder and did a senton. That's how dedicated this guy is. Now, this will be remembered in the exec office.
Yeah.
They love this kind of stuff. Even though, they'll probably catch some heat, just like concussion in the NFL. Like, why is he still wrestling? Why didn't someone come in? It's like, hey, man, he went in on his own merit. He's going to be rewarded for his efforts when he tore, just like Sami Zayn, when he tore his shit up and he kept wrestling. It's like, the dude, they's like, no, you're putting your life and limb for the company. We're always going to remember that. But it becomes 50-50 booking between the two, and it seems that, Kalisto gets the victory, Big E gets the victory. And I thought, the last time I seen that kind of like foot sweep, it was a diva. I think it was, I'm pretty sure, was it Charlotte did it on one of the Bella Twins. It was like sitting on the apron and she just sweeps her leg. Or Alicia Fox or something does it. It was something crazy. I was just like, that. Don't ever do that again. That's a horrible bump. You remember what?
I don't know. I thought like it's very popular now to do that kind of sweep thing and then them land on the apron and flip down. So when I saw it, I thought he might have just missed the apron. But yeah,
by a long shot.
Yeah, I don't.
He ended up on the float.
Yeah, it was pretty heavy.
It was horrible.
This next segment was hodgepodge of craziness, but it's like Miss TV, and pretty much everyone comes out. Goldust comes out, then Zack Ryder comes out, then R-Truth comes out, cuts a little promo thinking it was the Slammies. Heath Slater comes out, but right before he was about to talk, the Big Show comes out, and then knocks out everybody. R-Truth ends up knocking out himself. I guess you get these kind of segments setting up for the Royal Rumble, announcing that Big Show is going to be first in the Rumble.
First to put his hat into the...
Oh, I thought he was saying like he was...
Yeah, first to put his... I'm the first to enter. The first to enter to say he... Because it was what had been Miz. That's what this whole thing was about. Him wanting to announce that he was throwing his hat into the Royal Rumble and that he was going to win.
Oh, okay.
That's what this was all about. And every time he's like, on this day...
I thought we were going to see a bit more of a match, maybe like...
Truth thinks it's the Slammies.
Yeah, I thought... It seems like it was a convoluted, thrown together segment, but it still worked because you got guys like Goldust and then R-Truth and then Heath Slater being hilarious.
But but here's the thing, and I posted this on Twitter almost immediately. Is that how many times has Big Show's been turned? He's been turned like 1 billion times.
Yeah, too many.
Between him and Alicia Fox, they probably have the record for how many turns. At this point. And I think it's kind of like it's like a slap in the face to the WWE fan because the whole please retire movement that's been happening right now and him just coming out and saying, oh God, here comes the Big Show. And what he does, he goes in, he clears house. I'm still the Big Show.
Are you with this please retire movement or like what do you think they should do?
Oh, I love to see the heel heat. I love it.
Yeah.
The same reason why I love Eva Marie, the same reason I love this shit is because like this is genuine heat. This is like, go the fuck away. X-Pot heat, whatever. Just, it's hard to find a definitive person you just don't like in the game recently. Mm-hmm. All the bad guys are liked. All the good guys are hated. But how about a bad guy that you just don't like?
Yeah, and the Big
In
Show.
steps the Big Show. I think there's no turning back because people want him gone. There's no turning back. No flip-flopping ever to babyface again. And I go, kudos. You've gotten that. That's so hard to get heel heat, and he has it. So if I'm Vince McMahon, I'm working his ass. I'm working that heel heat.
He's a giant guy. And he can cut a promo on the mic, which a lot of people can't do nowadays. Like, he can, off the cuff shit on fans who are talking. Which is a problem. A lot of people can't do it. So, I don't. Why not utilize him, especially in the mid card, just wiping out these guys that would usually be on Superstars or something like that. Why not?
I told you how what was it 2 years ago when I went to the house show?
Yeah,
I'm in the front row and Big Show walks up and he's handshaking everybody, giving everyone a handshake. Big old paw. I'm 6'6", guys. I'm 6'6". I'm a tall guy. My arm span is like 6'10" if I stretch it out. So he walks up to me, and I fucking chest up. And I fucking put my hand high, and he just goes, BAM! He just hits my hand. And that shit hurt like hell. But it was like one of the greatest hurts I've ever felt in my fucking life. So, the guy knows how to interact. He got the joke, And it wasn't like he was being an asshole. I think the guy, he's sharp,
Yeah, that's why it kind of hurts when I hear the "Please Retire" chants, because I'm just like, well, come on.
No. I want more of it. That's heat. And then, give it that heat. He knocks out Ryback. He literally clears the room. He walks to the back. We come back. A fucking match is in session.
Yeah, Ryback versus Big Show. Not really explained.
But just Ryback's pissed. He wanted to be called out, and he calls him out because he's like, hey, bring your big ass back out here, basically. Mm-hmm. And they get a match, and it ends with a powder and a count out.
Yeah, Big Show just leaves. I guess they're setting up for Big Ryback to maybe throw Big Show out.
We've been here. We've seen this feud at least 3 times.
Yeah, I think, it's fine if it's a mini feud in the Rumble match itself. Make Rumble seem a little bit more interesting. But as far as another match, I think that would just overbook the card. I think I'm fine with it being on in a little story arc for the Rumble match.
It's too big. I think that if he was to shell shock him out of the ring and WrestleMania at a Royal Rumble, it's too big of a spot for him. It would be too big of a spot for him, and because what they're doing with Ryback, because all arrows don't really point to anything they're doing with Ryback. You look at a guy.
I think it's gonna be Brock, like everyone said.
Yeah, he's gonna toss his ass.
Yeah. So.
You know what? Just to go off sidetrack, it's something that's came to mind. I almost think that Braun Strowman, they signed him to put over Hogan. You ever thought of that? Have you ever thought of that? About that? They brought him in for Hogan.
No, maybe a Cena, but not Hogan. That's
just for shits and giggles. I think it's just something that came to mind not too long ago, because it's like he's nothing. Braun Strowman is kind of like a joke. No one's really, even though he's like this menacing ogre-looking motherfucker, but he's not really taken serious. And it would be opportune for a guy like Hogan to come in and just the big guy drop the big leg on Braun Strowman, the big lift. I think that would be fun. Sorry to go sidetrack.
That'd be cool. That'd be, especially at a Mania. But I think they're gonna feud him to Cena, especially like a U.S. title feud.
But man, I would love to see Hogan. I would have loved to see. I'm almost pretty sure they brought him in just for that. It'd been cool. What did you
think of the Fabulous getting in his son the ring for the bed ring? Did you see that?
Did I miss something?
Yeah, the rapper Fabulous and his son, I guess, are big wrestling fans, and for Christmas, Fabulous's kid has the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then his ring is set up, or his bed is set up like a wrestling ring. Mm-hmm. It's kind of ridiculous.
It was unfair. I posted on this picture, and my post says it's pretty unfair. He's not only the champion, he also is the Money in the Bank holder.
I know, man.
It's unfair. You can't win.
He overbooked himself.
You can't win. You can't beat him. And people are just clowning. That's the thing about social media. Sometimes you got to tune out the stupidity.
Keep it fun. Come on.
But everyone, you see it'd be a fucking box of kittens, and flowers, and someone's gonna say something stupid. It doesn't matter. And puppies, and everyone getting along. Holding hands and singing Kumbaya. And it just, people going after a kid. It's fucking stupid. What we get? The Usos?
Yeah, Dean and the Usos versus Rusev, Barrett, and Sheamus. Barrett continually not doing anything. He
First,
almost got tagged in, and then Sheamus took it from him.
that's the first thing I thought of, and I thought he was like, even in the Peter recap, I was like, Jake's favorite guy. it is in it. And I'm just like, basically, this match is 3 against 2.
Yeah, and this match even gets like, this is boring chants, like with the clap, 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 clap. So, I mean, what do you guys want in Brooklyn? I thought this was a great Raw, and they kind of, like, shit on it. Like, the main segment, they shit on the...
My opening promo was on how fucking Brooklyn guys, man, they're putting themselves over for no fucking reason. They're putting themselves over for no fucking reason. Like, for what? Because we're Brooklyn. It's like they're like, why are you hijacking this show?
Yeah. What'd you think about Jay dabbing them when they said the Usos?
I didn't even catch that. Okay, catch that, but like they put over the league.
Yeah, League of Nations win.
Yeah, and it's like, but it's all a setup for how the show ends, and it's like I feel like I'm watching an episode of Captain Planet. You know, like it's like, oh yeah, like I feel like moving forward, what's been happening with Roman Reigns is like, and the League of Nations is basically, you know, like, well, you remember Captain Planet?
Yeah,
like those assholes that was polluting the planet. What were they called?
I can't remember, but they're
the League of Asshole Polluters or something like that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So like they running amok, and then Captain Planet just takes them out at the end. I mean, this is how it works.
Yeah, Roman comes out, big spear to Rusev, and then Superman punches Del Rio.
Oh, we're jumping the gun a little bit though.
Oh,
but no, I'm just saying in general. Like, but I'm just saying right now, this scene right here is them basically running amok. They're the bad guys running amok, and they win clean. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't even dirty. They went pretty clean. And then as everyone's reeling and sulking, the return of Kevin Owens. And he beats the living shit out of Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, there you go.
Power bombs him through a table where a bunch of fucking Brooklyn fans are just like, hey, 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 hey. It's like they're not showing any sympathy.
Yeah.
Towards... Just, Brooklyn, you guys suck, man.
I thought it was a good spot. I thought Dean definitely sold the hell out of it, which definitely helps.
That was too much at the end, though.
Like,
with the Stone Cold shakes.
Yeah, like Devon does a good job too. Go through a table
because that's what Vince did. The Stone Cold shakes. Yeah, that's what he did. The Stone Cold shakes.
And we have a little more Vince where he comes. He paid his bail.
Another drop ball.
Yeah.
Another drop ball.
Just, get out of my face.
I'll say this. I make it quick. And nitpicking.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So apparently you got CNN, NBC, ABC. You know, like just they're out there. Big news is a big news topic. A CEO is in jail.
Yeah.
They're all waiting to come out and talk to him. They're waiting for him to come out. Okay, ABC, get out my way. Hey, NBC, get out my way. CNN, get out my way. Let me talk to Renee Young. He could have said something to Renee Young to make those other people, other news people, seem irrelevant, right? To his own network. He could have done that, right? He could have put his own network over. And him just going like, get out my face. It's like, then why are you booking, that's why I'm saying silly, why are you booking fucking Renee Young to stand out there? For nothing. For absolutely nothing. That could have been a moment for him to put over his own network. It's like, well, how are you? I got my own network, damn it. You know?
Yeah. That's true.
Dropped ball.
Maybe. I really thought this last segment, though.
Cena!
This was a great,
I love Cena. I'm a Cena fan now.
Look at this. He comes back.
I'm a Cena fan. Do, 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 do. And he dances. Do, 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 do.
He cuts like a Brooklyn promo.
Thugonomics.
Yeah, then Del Rio comes out. He says the champ is here, which is, kind of hilarious right there.
He called him a suck-ass champ.
Yeah, Cena kind of eggs him on to putting the belt on the line. He puts the belt on the line.
You ain't no fighting champ. You suck. He buries him. He buries the fuck out of fucking ADR.
Yeah, and then in the middle of that, though, they show like a rest in peace Lemmy from Motorhead kind of thing.
Oh, yeah, but wait. Before though.
Okay.
The interaction between Cena and himself. Good. I mean, Del Rio he looks pissed. He looks frustrated. And the only thing I can say about this...
These guys got great chemistry.
It sucks that there's a language barrier. Now, he knows how to speak English. But I imagine if I knew Spanish and I saw a heel promo cut by Del Rio, I would probably be really impressed, right? Because it's in his own language. When he's doing the heel promos in English, there's a barrier. And you could tell that there's a bit of frustration because he can't really get what he wants to really say out. So he resorts to name calling, right? A part of that entire back and forth was him name calling. And I just go like, damn it. He's the champ. You know, he's the US champ. The cards in his deck. I beat you, brother. I don't care how many times you call me out and try to bury me. I still am the champ, regardless of how you feel about it. So fuck you, just like Sheamus. Fuck you. I'm not giving you a title belt. I beat you. Why the cards in your hand? Why the deck is in your hand? And they did the same thing. Cena outsmarts fucking DDR into a title match that evening. And I just go like, fuck, man. Like, it's like a cartoon, man. Like, the guys run amok. They get outsmarted by the fucking good guy. And the good guy gets his demands.
Yeah, this is true. I thought Del Rio, though, in the match was excellent. He hit him with a smooth enziguri kick right at the jump. What'd you think of this? I thought Del Rio
calls him a punk bitch too.
I really like the arm bar there he does.
He gives Biggie and Jay-Z a shout out. But like, yeah, I mean, the Lemmy tribute. I guess. Sorry, you wanted to mention the Lemmy tribute.
Oh, I did. Yeah, it said.
Oh yeah, are you a fan of Motorhead?
Yeah, just as much as anyone, I would say.
I know his stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But I know their stuff. I wouldn't call myself a fan.
Yeah, Lemmy was cool.
He was Jimi Hendrix drug runner.
Yeah.
That was interesting stuff. But the match itself is like, it wasn't like a U.S. Open Challenge style match because ADR is not, he's not, Neville. He's not Sami Zayn. He's not Kevin Owens. It's two different types of work. It was a ground and pound match. I think we're so used to just seeing like a high work rate from an opponent of Cena, and you don't get that out of ADR. You get holds, you get kicks, solid kicks. At the most, you probably get like an arm lock. You probably get like a backstabber.
I don't know. I thought he did a great job.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I loved it.
Yeah, and then there's a ref bump. League of Nations run in. They leave for only 2, but then somehow miraculously the ref is back unconscious.
That wasn't a bump. He got flown. Yeah. Like it was like, whoa, wait a minute. You could have done a RKO out of nowhere vine on that fucking ref bump.
And then AA to Sheamus, AA to Del Rio, and then the DQ by the League of Nations. They just jump Cena, not allowing him to get the U.S. title again. More
fucking shenanigans by the bad guys. Only you go ahead and finish. You go ahead.
Oh, the Usos come out to try to help him, and then Roman comes out.
To no avail.
Yeah, and then Roman comes to help him. I guess this is the spot that I thought it was that where Roman, huge spear, knocks Del Rio out.
A la Big Show. You remember that big spear he hit on Big Show that same way, running out of the gate and just kind of floors him? Same here. So, okay.
And then Sheamus hightails it.
So the League of Nations they've beaten the crap out of who they beat that crap out of earlier?
The Usos and Dean, and then
they beat them. All right.
Usos.
So they beat the crap out of Cena. They beat the crap out of the Usos. So they've taken out they've taken out all these guys, and then one guy shows up and takes them all out. That blows my mind. It really blows my mind, like a cartoon. Like all right, they can run around and do shenanigans.
Well, I did see him with a can of spinach go into a telephone booth.
You think?
Into a telephone booth.
With a star?
Yeah. So, and maybe like the ring that Green Lantern wears.
My Lord. And a mask. Yeah. And a wooden mask. It just blows my mind to how they're making this guy big by making everyone look horrible. Everyone looks horrible. The League looks horrible. The Usos look horrible. John Cena now looks horrible. But even though it's still about John Cena.
Well, John Cena, how did he look horrible?
Because he couldn't. Super Cena took out 8 dudes. They're called the Nexus.
Oh, he just got attacked. He was trying to win the match. I don't know. I think Cena's.
He's had a lot of rest. Yeah. Cena had a lot. He's had a lot of rest to just have 3 fucking jabronis just sort of beat him up a little.
Well, then we had Vince McMahon come out, say he was going to sue all of New York City and books the match next week, the first Raw of 2016, Sheamus and Roman. Never really excited about seeing that match, but I like the fact that they're hyping the main event for next week on this week's Raw.
Another title match, though, man. We don't get that too often. On a Raw? On a heavyweight championship match?
Yeah. Well,
2 and 3 weeks?
I liked last time, and I didn't think I would, so maybe I'll like this time. Maybe you're right. Maybe I need to pay attention. And then I also like that Vince is back. I was trying to catch the rating. I didn't get to see what it was.
I think it's probably out now. It probably just got out now. I was listening to Torch today of last night's Wade. Keller and what the guys? Well, anyway, they were saying the ratings hadn't come out then on Tuesday.
Yeah, so I think I want to say this one was a good one. I don't know what I'll rate it, but I liked it. I liked it from top to back. It got, the 6-man tag. You're gonna get those in Raw. It is a 3-hour show.
Long matches. All the matches actually got a lot of time, and if not the match themselves, the segments of it,
the Neville and
that was like a 9-minute. It went to commercial break. They came out of break, and he goes back in and unleashes more fury on Neville.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So people got their time tonight, which is pretty cool. No Lana, something I went back and listened to the Stone Cold podcast with Wade Keller, and they were doing a review of TLC, and they were talking about the storyline of Lana and Rusev and Ryback, and all I could think was, a while back I was just like, dude, they reintroduced Lana. It's a grand opening, grand closing, because they cut ties with ADR and Dutchman
and Zeb.
And then, they're trying to cut ties with Lana. And I felt like, that whole feud with Ryback was like, whatever. And then Lana's gone. Lana's nowhere to be found because of the League of Nations. And I just go I knew that she was going to be gone. It was just something that dawned on me. They brought her back just to take her away.
Yeah.
For the League of Nations to be shown up each week by Roman Reigns.
It's true.
Vince McMahon, poorly utilized tonight, wasn't one of his best performances. I think he could have done better. It got weird when the people was like, please speak up. That was awkward. Bone in the nose statement. The oversell, the just too much of him. But then when I thought I could see more of him in a really funny sort of... The adventure in the jail.
I think we're gonna see more of Vince. I don't know.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think he's still good, man. Even though in his weird senile old man way, I think he's funny. I think he's entertaining.
Oh yeah, he's Vince.
Yeah.
And then the return of Cena. I like Cena.
It was very quiet though. A very quiet return. Just right at the end of the Raw, you got the return. It wasn't like a build. Seeing him get out of the car and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
the foot.
Yeah,
and the doors.
You see the headband go on.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think Cena's still Cena, and even if they're going to transition over to Reigns, which even that segment itself is like the old lion. I said early in the podcast, the old lion, sort of stepping away, and the young lion coming through and clearing house. Even afterwards, like the confrontation that they had, them face to face until the League of Jobbers come back and they both take them out. What happens is there's a Superman punch to Sheamus, there's a spear to Rusev, and then ADR is put into a attitude adjustment.
Yeah.
As he's putting him in attitude adjustment, he looks at Reigns, and he gives a "you can't see me," drops him on his back, and then steps out of the ring.
Wow, maybe he wants the belt, champion versus champion.
He wants his spot. I'm still top dog. And that's going to be to a point. Where they go with it, I don't know. Maybe to be after the Royal Rumble, because again, I see Cena face an Undertaker.
That would be good. At
Mania.
I think if they do a Roman Triple H, Cena Taker, and then a Brock match, I guess, you said Brock Rock, that would be the best solution. But just a Brock match, I think that would be a good Mania.
Well, for what?
For just Mania purposes.
Cena and it'd be great. It'd be really great. And And some...
And plus you got to have, like, there's a lot of guys that live in Texas that you have to have.
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn, Steve Austin.
He said he's in it now. But he just actually announced it, that Shawn Michaels and Stone Cold will be at WrestleMania. They just released it today. Yeah,
probably not wrestling, but, they're retired. So as long as they're there, their likeness is pumping it, pumping the marketing, I think that it'll be good.
Yep.
Like, remember the first segment of 30, it was just Hogan, Stone Cold, and The Rock just out there talking, and it ended up being great. So
the Silver Dome.
Yeah, that. I wonder what they're going to call it this time. What is it called? Just the Cowboy Stadium?
Oh, well, the Silver Dome was New Orleans.
Yeah, no, but what is the
AT&T? AT&T.
Yeah, that's what it's called, AT&T. So maybe
I'm gonna try to go, man. I'm still there's gonna be a seat in the house, and even if it's nosebleed, you still got that big fucking stadium. That
it's gonna be
monstrous.
They said 20 to the 20, and then there's tons of things. There's the Raw after. I know JR is gonna be doing a show after the Raw.
I gotta go this year, man. I should start a GoFundMe. Hey, my listeners, send me some GoFundMe cash so I can go see WrestleMania. No, I ain't doing that. I'll work my ass.
Have like one guy buy you ticket.
I know, right?
Next to him.
Yeah, it's gonna be Yeah.
It's
gonna be a fake one. Yeah, I'm gonna go. And work my ass off and get there. That's how you should do things. So is that it, man? You got Faster Than the World, huh? And your poll.
Already, coming up tonight. Hopefully, if I can get it up. But definitely every Thursday morning, Fast in the World podcast. We do the Nexties, where me and Fritz just kind of jokingly do a award show. But then we also polled male and female combined Superstar of the Year. Peter had his choice. He picked Baron Corbin.
Yes.
I picked Kevin Owens myself personally. A lot of people are picking Bayley, Sasha, Finn, Owens, Corbin. Even some for Chad Gable, some for Mojo Riley. Some for Eva Marie, some for Tyler Breeze. So there's.
I had to pick one. I chose Baron Corbin, but my second would have been Eva Marie. I love it because she's heat. She's instant heat. Idiot. Everything she does is instant heat.
I was surprised about Gable's definitely not gonna win it by any means, but he got up there with percentage wise.
If he wins,
he didn't win.
I'm just saying you don't want to talk about it.
Oh yeah.
If he won, then you would have the smarkiest of smart listening base in the entire fucking universe of podcasts, right? I'm just saying.
For sure, yeah.
All day. I mean, Ty Dillinger. I'm surprised. It was like an upset. It's like, oh, it's Ty Dillinger. What? Yeah.
Ty unfortunately didn't get. Yeah. I thought he would get 10 votes, but nah.
Asuka.
Someone picked Asuka. Yeah.
Someone picked Asuka. But she wasn't there. She hasn't been that long.
That's the thing. Yeah,
and that's the thing with Byron. That's why I picked with Byron. Like, he's been there for 5 years. He's been on TV, like, strong for this 1 year. The injuries definitely worked in his favor. Those injuries worked heavily in his favor.
He was there.
Yeah, and he's delivered. And I still think he got the best win of the year. And his win over Cruz is the best win of the year in NXT.
Okay.
Best win. You can't top that win.
What about when Finn won the title in Tokyo?
It was written in the stars, you know? That's why they went over there, to give the belt to him. We knew it. When fucking Cruz jumps up and he's caught it at end of days, what was your reaction? Oh shit. Right? Like, I did not see this coming. And then when he hit it, you were like, he's gonna kick out. 3.
Like, what about when Joe was the first guy to beat Corbin?
That wasn't an oh shit moment to me.
No?
Nah, because Corbin was still getting ground, I guess. Like, he'd already been doing like these 10-second matches.
Yeah, he hadn't lost in like a year.
And then he fought Joe, and Joe debuted, and it's like, Corbin can fucking do the job. This is like, seriously, I really think the one surprising victory, the biggest surprise victory, the best win of 2012 for NXT. 15, sorry, is Corbin over Cruz. Yeah. And he's a vengeful Cruz, too.
There you go. I don't know.
You should have never left ROH. So, Fast in the World, let's plug and get the fuck out.
Yeah, Fast in the World every Thursday. Mark Charles podcast. Also on 10:10 a.m. in Tampa, Florida, every Thursday night. starting at 11, and then I'm doing this. Peter and Jake Talking Wrestling at JG Pro Wrestling on Twitter.
PJTW Central, LINJAPANESCL in Japanese. You can follow those two Twitters. Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling content.
Peter Jake Talks Sports, or Peter Talks Sports.
Yes, Peter and Jake Talk Sports.
You don't want me on there.
We argue now. Oh. So you get Peter's Raw recap Mondays, Tuesday, and the New Day podcast. You get Tuesdays now, Peter Talks Sports. Those will be quick, anything between 10 to 20 minute podcasts on hot takes. Peter and Jake Talks Wrestling Wednesday. Friday, Saturday, Peter Talks SmackDown.
Hell yeah.
Do yourself a favor, folks. If you like what you hear or like what you see, we're not pointing at our junk. We're pointing at the subscription button. Subscribe if you're listening on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Podbean. Add us to your favorites playlist. Picking up some steam, even for my recap. Some people, it's like, hey man, great review. Someone hit me up. It's like, hey man, great. I'm glad I found this. So kudos to anyone that's new. Hit the thumbs button. Let the world know. The logarithm say, hey, these guys, check them out. You can either send us a tweet or leave a message below on whether the listening medium or the YouTube medium. Another thing you can do is share. Sharing is caring. The family that bros together grows together.
Hell yeah.
Yeah? Huh? You like that? You like that? You like that? That's my cousin.
I did
that's
like
my
that.
That's my cousin's impression.
Oh shit, man. Watch out.
Oh yeah, man. Oh. So you gonna do it?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Watch out for those board objects.